opportunities, better delivery into the box, better final pass.
Yeah.
And we probably should have scored. And if we had scored more than 2 or 3 tonight, it wouldn't have shocked us.
I think we switched off a little bit at times, and teams like Sweden is going to punish you, and I think that's what's happened tonight. But as David said, there's been some real good play and some real good glimpses of what this team is all about.
Will Michael O'Neill learn more from that defeat tonight than the draw on Friday night, do you think?
Yeah, and the events leading into this game, if you look so Luxembourg beat Sweden. He did mention it after the game that the Sweden game was always going to be a really tough game. The second game always is. So
Especially away from home.
Yeah. And he was a little bit hesitant in his comments. And I think he got what he expected, in all honesty. He did, you obviously set out his team to be defensively sound. They were exploited many, many times tonight. They did create great opportunities, better decision making, quality in the final third, things that, at this level, you have to really, if you get the opportunities, you have to punish the opposition. They didn't do that enough. So, and then when you have the quality of player, and especially Isaac, the player that David mentioned, he's going to punish you.
I mean, Michael joked with us on Friday night that after the tiring game and the energy-zapping performance against Switzerland, they almost regretted taking the Sweden away game. But just how big a reality check or a learning curve do you think
it's a learning curve? It's a steep learning curve. But one, again, Michael, when you go back to his time, his first time in charge, that he always talked about the second game. And he was always concerned, especially for the boys who haven't been playing week in, week out at the club, that they put so much into the first game and then they recover. Can they recover? And again, that's why I said at the start about Ethan Galbraith. It would have been an interesting one to see if he could have won the game at the same level where he was the other night. But again, we got exposed tonight by a good side. Michael will learn probably so much from this. I know when you speak to him after the game, he's going to be hugely disappointed, bitterly disappointed. We all are. But it's not a qualifier. It's not the qualification camp.
Yeah.
And we will take a lot from that tonight.
Marissa, who impressed you for Northern Ireland tonight? Because there were some good performances by these young players.
Yeah, I think both brothers, Pierce and Shea, Pierce especially was outstanding in terms of his distribution. I know obviously he's conceded 5 goals, and we'll look at that as well. He's a good shot stopper, but I suppose it's the quality of the Swedish attack that scored them chances. But I thought Shea had a really good game. I thought he dictated a lot of the play, and Donnelly as well. I think he's going to be a star, and he's showing what he's about. And we were chatting at half time about Donnelly would be really good deeper, and we've seen that Michael dropped him in deeper, but he can also play higher up. So he's a first type player, and yeah, he impressed me tonight.
Donnelly impressed you tonight as well?
Yeah, second half especially. He did. I don't think he is a centre forward. I think he wants to play in little pockets of space. I think when he can play in the pockets of space, I think technically he's good enough to play, manipulate the ball and get in good areas. So again, that's a learning. He shoved Isaac Price higher up, and he's not a centre forward. He's more coming onto the play, finding pockets of space, manipulating the ball, the goal, for example. Yeah, Mega will learn an awful lot, but not a great deal, because he knew he was coming into this game probably undercooked for a lot of the lads. The levels go up, and that's the other thing, so he's not going to be, yes, he's going to be disappointed, of course, but he picked the friendly for a reason, and he's put them lads under the microscope, right, and he'll find out a few things about them. But will this be the team that starts? Is this his strongest team? I doubt that.
Let's look at some of those Sweden goals and just try and analyse what this young team can learn from perhaps the mistakes that they made tonight.
Giving cheap possession away anywhere in the pitch, especially in the middle